Welcome back everyone, and finally after struggling in the Great League, I've managed to hit Legend in the Ultra League Premier. And here I present to you the team I used to reach Legend from about 2600 ELO points straight up to 3000. Here it is: Venusaur, Empoleon, Galarian, Stunfisk. The idea behind this team is Venusaur in the lead covers fighting, water, grass and ground, the main types that Empoleon and the Stunfisk are going to be weak to. And the Stunfisk and Empoleon cover fire, flying and dragon, which Venusaur has problems going up against. So it's a typical ABB team, but the great thing about Empoleon and Stunfisk, they can both be used as a safe swap. They are so versatile. I generally prefer Stunfisk as my closer due to its steel typing and overall bulk and coverage. So let's go into this first match here. Horrible lead, and as this match progresses, look on the right for my Pokemon IVs and the PV Poke rankings of each Pokemon in the Ultra League Premier. So here we go. I swap into my Stunfisk this time, not the Empoleon, into the Stunfisk, meet up with a Venusaur. Now the Stunfisk Venusaur matchup isn't as bad as it seems. Yes, Frenzy Plant from Venusaur does quite a lot of damage, because Stunfisk takes neutral damage against it, resisting the steel, but super effective against the ground. But once you can land an Earthquake on Venusaur, you put yourself in a very good position to flip the match. You can just go straight Rock Slide after. And I'm going down to the 2 shield situation, and what happened here, this CMP tie, I think made a big difference in the game. I wish I had not CMP tied, because now I'm wasting all of this energy on a Rock Slide. I would have preferred to just fast move down the Venusaur, and then I would have had an Earthquake ready to go on this Kingdra, which would have done a lot more damage and helped me in this following matchup here with the Venusaur, as I line it up against the Kingdra. And of course they're going to hit me with an Outrage. Ouch, and Outrage, there it is. And they switch of course into their Shadow Charizard, and look at how much damage this does. Even though it's a water type, the Empoleon, it is part steel. Unfortunately, I was not able to get to that Hydro Cannon, which would have won me the game for sure. And even though my Venusaur takes out that Charizard, I still lose the match there because it only had about 2 or 3 HP left. Here we go, another horrible matchup, and I put mainly the bad matchups here to show you the potential of this team. Switching to my Empoleon, and another hard counter, another horrible counter. How on earth am I going to flip this match? Look and see. At this point I get one of their shields, so I'm just content to let my Empoleon go. So I don't shield, and look what happens. They use Mirror Shot. Now this changes everything. I can totally flip this and get switch advantage. And they give up their last shield. Now I just have to shield and waterfall down this Magnezone. Oh, actually I don't. I chose not to shield, because a 2 shield advantage to a 0 shield advantage is huge, even if you lose swap. So I switch immediately into my Stunfisk here. A Stunfisk with 2 shields against a Gallade. The Gallade stands no chance. Of course I'm going to shield up because I don't want to take a close combat or even a Leaf Blade. And this is most likely a close combat. Most people go for the Leaf Blade and then the close combat with Gallade against Stunfisk. But my Stunfisk has a lot of energy, and whatever they had in the back there was most likely weak to it as well. Another bad lead, Dragonite against Venusaur. Switching to the Empoleon, they immediately bring in Snorlax. Now Snorlax carries superpower, so my Empoleon has to look out for that. So if I want to win switch here, I am going to have to commit at least one shield. This is most likely a superpower here. Will they reach a second one? Do I have to use my second shield? No, fortunately not, and I do have energy saved up. So of course I expect them to bring back, no, they bring in a Lapras, the Lapras, which is actually a very good match for the Empoleon because it resists everything the Lapras has to dish out. The ice fast moves and the surf and even the Skull Bash or Ice Beam, it resists everything. And I can do neutral damage with Drill Peck onto that Lapras. They hit me with the Skull Bash, but that's okay. I can bring out Venusaur to get a healthy farm off on this Lapras. And this is just a surf. Counting the fast move, this is just a surf, no need to shield it. Down it goes. I have tons of energy now. A Sludge Bomb to take one of the shields, and now all I have to do is switch into my Stunfisk and just go straight Rock Slide. I have to be careful not to take a Hurricane from this Shadow Dragonite. It still has the potential to take down my Stunfisk. So all of its shields are down. I still need to get to 2 Rock Slides though, to take out this Shadow Dragonite. One. Here's the other one coming up. Is this a Hurricane? Will it take me out? I doubt. It's just a Dragon Claw anyways. That's a good game. Horrible lead flipped. If you really want to rank up, you really have to have a team that can flip those bad matchups. And that means you have to have a really good safe swap and a good closer with a good synergy with your lead. Another not so good lead, Galvantula against Venusaur. It's going to resist my Frenzy Plants, but Sludge Bomb is going to do a good amount of damage on it there. So they respect it and they give me one of their shields. So what I usually do against Galvantula, I don't commit any shields. I just get as much of the shields and energy as I can, and as much of the HP as I can, and then bring in the Galarian Stunfisk to farm down as much energy as it can. Because there's nothing that this Galvantula can dish out that will be super effective against Stunfisk. So all I have to do is just go straight Mud Shots, and then I'll have tons of energy saved up for what's coming next. However, being double debuffed from those lunges, I will the best thing to do is to switch and use those charge moves for when I cancelled the debuffs. So I switch into Empoleon. They have a Gyarados. They're not switching out. And Empoleon will do a good amount of neutral damage with these Drill Pecks while resisting the Dragon Breath and Aqua Tail, but Crunch will do a lot of damage. That's okay. I can let this go down, and I have Rock Slide stored up, which will do super effective damage against this Gyarados. And I have a feeling whatever is in the back is also weak to Stunfisk because they used their last shield there, even in a hopeless situation. And there it is, a Clefable. All I need is one Earthquake and a Rock Slide, and it'll take out this Clefable, which stands no chance. But they're not giving up. They're not giving up at all. I have to build up to 2 Rock Slides because that Gyarados is still in the back and I don't want to take an Aqua Tail from it. So after I take out this Clefable, I have to have a Rock Slide ready to go. That's good energy management there. Out comes the Gyarados, and here is the Rock Slide to give me the win. I have about 5 or 6 matches here. So let's take a look at this. Another not so good match, but much better than Toxicroak versus Venusaur in Great League. Venusaur in Ultra League has so much more bulk. can dish out a lot more damage to this Toxicroak. I think Toxicroak generally has a better matchup against Venusaur in the Great League than Ultra League. I correctly call the Sludge Bomb, which is good. And I just have to go straight Frenzy Plants here. I should be able to win the lead here. I cannot switch into any of my Pokemon in the back because they're both weak to that counter damage from the Toxicroak. I survived that Sludge Bomb barely and able to get off a Frenzy Plant to win the switch, to win the lead. And look at this, a wonderful lineup here. Stunfisk to that electric type. But unfortunately they're running double counter. They have another counter user in the back. Obstagoon. So it is going to take a team effort from my Empoleon and my Stunfisk to take out this match. It is nowhere near done as yet. I cannot call a win as yet. Fortunately, this Obstagoon doesn't seem to be running cross chop. I think that helped me out a lot here, because Night Slash only does neutral damage and they did not get any attack boosts, thank goodness, from it. Good. Now the switch, what I do here is charge to 100 energy. I know this will one shot the Ampharos, and I can quickly reach to another Earthquake to take out the Obstagoon before it can counter me down, counter and Night Slash me down. Energy management, the name of the game. Here we go. This is a very good lead here, but I put this match in because they gave me a very tricky switch in to deal with. So I'll show you all how I deal with this switch. Okay, so they shield that one, they give me one shield, I have a shield advantage, and they're probably going to go for a Drill Peck here. They let me get to a second Frenzy Plant, which I think was a mistake. They're staying in way too long here, and letting the Empoleon get too low on HP. I know I could tank that. We'll have to use a second shield here though, and I expect a switch after this. And there it is. Now it looks like they're running the Empoleon double Dragon line, and although I'm running Grass double Steel line, my team I automatically win very easily, but not so, because Kingdra and Dragonite are both so powerful in this meta. So especially Kingdra against Stunfisk, Octazooka will do super effective damage and can debuff your attack, which leads to all kinds of problems. So I'm going to let my Stunfisk take that. Not going to give up my last shield. And smartly, they cancel out all of my energy by switching back into that Empoleon and hitting me a waterfall. What a good play. So it's down, and there it is, the Dragonite, and it's down to my Empoleon and my Venusaur to take down this Dragonite. Now what I did before, if you noticed, I banked a charge move on my Venusaur before switching. That is going to help me out a lot, as you'll see here. Alright, so they still have a shield. They're going to use this shield, most likely. And look how dangerous a Dragonite is, even against the Steel type. Even against the Steel type. But I planned ahead, and that gave me the win here. So thank you all for watching, and please like and subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more videos in the future.